My name is Luca Corpaccioli. I work here in Airbus Stevenage, and I'm the satellite chief engineer. My role in Truths and its production is that of a systems engineer at its core, which means I need to have a bird's eye view on all the satellite subsystems and all the technical activities that are ongoing, both on platform and payload level. There are quite a few bits of interesting innovation that Truths features. We're looking to observe the Earth, the Sun, the Moon, as well as very specific targets all around the Earth. And that makes for a very challenging mission profile, mission environment, and operation, which will need to be optimized together. From a climate angle, I believe Truths will be essential for the future fight against climate change. The real benefit here is that we're able to really get accurate and reliable measurements for climate change. So we won't know that we're headed in the right direction unless we have these measurements. In order to get certain accuracies for satellites, you need to have what's known as a calibration system on board, which is what you reference all your accuracies to. And the main issue is that other satellites all have their own calibration system, which works well for them, but not for each other. And the idea of Truths is that you have one single reference point that everyone can anchor their measurements to, and which means we'll be able to use all the measurements of all the satellites together, all working harmoniously. I graduated in aerospace engineering for both my bachelor and my master's. My specialization was in mission analysis, which means working with orbits, trajectories, and optimizing routes around space. I did that for a little bit in the United States, both at NASA Langley and then at the University of Colorado. And then I moved back to Europe, where I worked in Milan in Italy, and then I moved over to Germany and finally in Airbus, where I've spent the last 4 years of my life. In terms of international cooperations, I would say the space field in general is always amazing in that respect. For better or for worse, the space industry is quite small, which means that the experts are scattered all over the place. And so if you really want to know an answer, you really have to go to where the expert is, which might be around the corner or it might be on the other side of the world. So in terms of skill set, beside of course being excellent technically, I would highlight two in particular. One of them is organizational skills, keeping a tidy calendar, keeping track of your action. I would even dare to say that you can be even mediocre technically, but if you're organized, I think you'll make it through. And then the other skill I would highlight is communication skills. In the end, we have to remember that we're engineers, physicists, but we're all people. And so being able to pick up the phone and present a problem, it's always easier to feel empathetic and to sympathize with the problem. I guess if I had to give some advice to my younger self, it would be to take your time, that there's no need to rush graduating or to rush getting a job. In my position, I always get to learn new things. As a system engineer, it's once I learn too much, it means I've done too much of my job. So it's this really ability to be a jack of all trades, master of none kind of approach to my job.